Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Danilo and here we talk about cards, divination, magic and the like. Now, for today's video I wanted to make a reading related to our choices. What right now we have to make a decision about, what new paths in our lives we have to choose, how, what, and why we have to make choices right now, and especially what kind of behavior, what kind of attitude we should have in making those choices. Now, I'm Italian, so I sometimes don't remember the word I'm searching for. I need a second or two, please be kind. And let's begin. Now, I'm going to use a tarot. These are just majors from a Wirth tarot deck, and I'm going to use the Lover's card as a choice, and the card before and after that to see why we have to make these choices, what kind of situation we will have to face alongside making this choice, and then we will move on to a regular tarot deck. This is the Tarot of the Dark Woods, something like that. I modified this deck. We have once again the Celtic Lenormand Oracle deck. This is a heavy modified animal spirit, animal symbols and archetypes deck from the Wild Unknown, and this is the Halloween Oracle modified once again, which I'm going to use to pull a sort of friendly advice from the spirit world, basically. So let's begin with the tarot. Now, while I shuffle a little bit, please subscribe, leave me comments, like the video if you did, ring the bell button and follow me on Instagram, and join my Facebook group. Now, yes, I'm starting, so it's still a little bit bare. I'll add more content. I'll post more, I swear. It's just I'm still in my beginning, so if you want to join me and help me grow, thank you. Otherwise, please be happy just watching for now. So we now find our Lover's card, which is this one, our previous and following one. Now, yes, I read reversals when it comes to majors, and when it comes to the court cards, I flip back upright the from 1 to 10 number series of the minors, because I read in a way where they don't really change their messages depending on the position, maybe depending on what card is near them, but not the meaning of the card itself. Now, here we have an upside down Lover's card, so to me this is a very clear from the start indication that this choice is rather forced. Now, the why we have to choose, we have an upright Hermit card, and then we have a upside down reversed Force card, so Strength card, sorry. So this to me seems more like we feel like we have to choose. We feel like we have spent enough time considering the situation, reassessing our knowledge, our chances, what we can actually use, what we actually have that will help us getting to where we want. So it's been going for a while. It wasn't wasted time. We learned, we healed, we received the informations, this sort of connection with our inner self. We now can proceed. It's not really a situation where we have to run. It's not really a situation where we are in danger. So it's not dramatic, but it's definitely a situation where it's not doable anymore. I don't know how to call that in English, but anyway, we cannot wait any longer. We need to make our choice. We are growing impatient. We can keep and we should keep learning, so we shouldn't rush, but we need to start moving. This sort of retirement, this sort of travel between ourselves, this sort of path of self-discovery and communing with our inner self is beautiful and it's still useful, but we need to start to make actual movement in the world. Staying there, it's tiring us. It's taking away our strength. Still useful to be contemplating, still useful to be learning, still useful to be amassing knowledge and reassure again ourselves of what we know, what we can, but we need to start moving things along. Now, with the tarot card, I am going to pull a simple 3 cards and see basically how we are going to live through this change, through these choices, not necessarily specific things happening, because this is really a very general reading, so I want to think about how we are going to live through the changes and not say something very related to one or another paths of life or themes. So it is a general reading. It has to work for everyone. In my mind, this is better done where I talk about how we are going to face the challenge, not not what's going to happen actually. So let's see. 1, 2, and 3. Now, we have Wheel of Fortune, 5 of Cups, 2 of Swords. To me, this is very, 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 very simple in the sense that we need to wait, as I said, the right moment to act. This is not it. We need to still discover things, but we need to start paying attention to the movement of the wheel, to the coming of these chances for change. Of course, there's sadness, of course, there's heartbreak, of course, there is the concept of being tired, of being in need of the change for ourselves, for our emotional, if you want psychological healing, and to move on internally with our life. The Two of Swords to me is a dialogue with another person, a dialogue with ourselves, is thinking, is choosing between two different options. So again, it's waiting, but not resting, not losing chances. We lost them enough. Now that we want to act, now that we want to rush in things, we cannot. But it's done the time where we could just wait and be happy with what we had. We need to think, we need to speak with the right people, we need to speak with ourselves, we need to be clear about what we want and start preparing for jumping ship when the times come. That's what I'm receiving from this reading specifically. So these choices are basically our leaving behind a situation that's no longer sustainable, not for us, not for our well-being. We do not really have all that we need to make the choice, to make this change for the better, but it's time where we can, in our head, plan the next steps, the choices that we'll need to make when we can actually change our situation. So very, 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 very powerful message here of wait, because you cannot act right now, but start planning, start actually gathering the informations and the knowledge and the needed skills, maybe abilities, maybe, how do you say it in English? What you need, I'm sorry, I can't remember the word. What you need to make that choice in action, in real life. You start doing it in your head, in your soul, in your heart. Maybe talk about it with someone you know, maybe gain some useful advice that you can do, but it's really in our head, but it's the situation where from our head it's going to move in the real world, and we need to be ready. We need to be ready to face the actual side of these choices. Now with the Lenormand, I'm going to search for the crossroad. So with this deck, I'm trying to understand what kind of attitude we should have, what are our priorities, what are our ways of planning, ways of preparing, ways of acting related to these choices. I'm sorry, I'm moving everything. Maybe yes, maybe not. So let's find our crossroad, and then the card before and the card after. Okay. Now this could be seen as the garden, because it's a little bit tricky with this deck, but in this situation this is the garden, more of a picnic things. This is the bouquet. So we have pig, fortunes, and the snake. Again, in the Celtic Lenormand we have doubles for certain cards. The snake is one of them. We have this more aggressive snake and one that's more relaxed. It's shedding its skin. So to me this is cunning. This is, yes, a waving road, but not because it's slow, not because we have to give nature the time to accomplish this transformation within us, our natures, of course, not the outer, sorry, word one. Here it's more of a mental sort of thing. It's more the snake as the liar, the snake as the cunning, maybe trickster, maybe liar, maybe aggressive sort of archetype. Again, major luck at stake, so this choice is for our better good, and unfortunately we need to reevaluate a little bit our behavior. We need to be a little less not condescending, but accepting of the limits of other people opinions, sorry. It's more a situation where we want something, we know what's best for us, and we are going to get it, even if we have to choose a longer path, even if you cannot run from point A to point B. We are not going to let anyone step on us. This is a striking position. The snake is ready to attack. Maybe it's a venomous snake, so we use our weapons here. This choice is ours. It's for our good, greater good. So we are not going to be passive. We are not going to accept anything from anyone. We are going to move at the path that we have to get to safety, to happiness, but no one can try to stop us. If they do, we need to be ready to fight. That's how I see this. That's how I see this card. Part of the maybe kind of blockage, maybe kind of slowing down of the process is because we have to remove, if needed be, forcibly the obstacles. Of course, this is not to say we should be violent, but we need to be smart and we need to use our words and our actions cunningly, smartly, maybe a little bit wickedly, to avoid roadblocks. Now, speaking of what kind of personality we should present, we should possess to better face these choices, let's see what kind of animal is chosen from the cards. He jumps ship. This is the dragon. So again, dragon, reptile, scary, strong, breathes fire, or maybe is venomous, again depends on the legend, but still I think it's pretty obvious. We cannot be passive. Now, dragons are ancient and wise creatures, so again, gaining knowledge and moving at a slower pace, waiting for when the time is right, moving not directly but winding around the obstacles. But of course, a dragon does not let anyone stop them. So be prepared to fight with our inner insecurities, or maybe bad behaviors when it comes to this phase of our lives, this decision we have to make, and with others. Don't listen, do not let them doubt yourself, do not believe false promises. Of course, a snake can also be someone we have to face, someone that is ready to lie to us. Now, I tend to see in the characters of the cards more ourselves, so myself or the person I'm reading for, than the other one, unless I'm specifically asking about a third person. So I feel like this is us. But of course, snakes can fight with each other. Like any animal, there's a rivalry for mating, and there are snakes that eat other snakes. So again, we are snakes, maybe someone else in our life is a snake. We need to be ready to use our venom if needed be. We need to stay away from other people's venom as well. Remember, we are a snake, we are a dragon. We are stronger, but even the dragon can be defeated by a knight with a sword or a pike or something. So not be rushed, move slowly and constantly and unstoppably. Now, from the spirit world, let's see what kind of message we will get. Now, sometimes I let the card fall on its own. Sometimes I just, okay, I stop because I had some problem, keep shuffling. And we have our message, our jack-o'-lantern, protection. It's at the same time a sort of promise that we are protected, but it's also a concept of do not rush into things, protect yourself, be smart, use the light to see in the dark of the night, and then move a step. Of course, the original lanterns for the night of Halloween were protection symbols, so we need to protect ourselves. We need to protect ourselves. We need our scales and our venom and our fire breathing, metaphorically of course, to protect ourselves. And we need caution. Move when it's time to do so, not rush into things. So, this is a very powerful message. This is a very good reading, in my opinion. And it's a promise of being able to face everything, playing it smart, and having the patience and the attention and the wisdom to do so. I like them, I really do. So, thank you for watching, thank you for listening to me. We'll see each other again next time. Please subscribe, like the video, leave me comments, and ring the bell buttons. Bye!